Hey everyone, AeroDono here. If you don't know me by now, be sure to check out the information located in the description. Now the first thing that may possibly confuse you is the fact that this is actually not my channel. So if you guys are new around here, welcome. This is actually Andy Androma's channel. I'm doing a guest commentary for him. And he is a super wicked, awesome dude who generally plays Assassin's Creed or Kingdom Hearts. So check out some of his content, guys, because it's really cool, especially some of his Artifact Assault videos, because he's actually a wicked defender, and he's also pretty decent at stealing as well. So go and check those videos out. There might be some on the right hand side, or you can just go have a look, perusal through his channel, and if you like what you see, make sure to tap that subscribe button and let him know that you subscribe because Aero was commentating on one of his videos. It'll help me get, come back and do more videos for him. So today he's playing some assassins. Goodness, I am getting things confused. He's actually playing some Final Fantasy XV, the demo, and I think this is the updated version. So the update came out not too long ago. If you guys have the demo, be sure to check it out, because I'm pretty sure they've added in a lot of cool new content for you guys to try out. Now, in this video today, this video came about because of a good friend of both myself and Andy, a good friend called Cooper. Now he's doing some kind of little wee project to show you guys what other games you can play now that kind of the Assassin's Creed multiplayer has kind of disappeared a little bit. But there's also more to it, so check out the information. I'm pretty sure that Andy will post that information somewhere, probably down in the little wee description, but who knows. Now, today, what I'm going to talk to you guys about is about how video games are actually kind of healthy, and how to get into, in order to get the most out of a video game, like what's the best mindset you should go into. So, I've been playing video games for a while, ever since I was a kid. In fact, actually, the first early couple of memories that I can remember playing was of a game called Alex the Kid. Oh, and that was like on the old Sega, and then from there I kind of played other different video games on different systems, whether it be Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Nintendo, Game Boy, any sort of video games. I played a lot of them. And hey, when I was a kid, we didn't really play very much on consoles or on PCs. We actually had little wee Tamagotchi-like things. In fact, I remember the really cool one was the Pikachu one, and also the little wee Digimon ones. And they had like little wee sensors you could connect in with each other. It was so totally cool. And now, why am I talking about that kind of stuff? Reason being is because every single video game, whether it be on those little wee Tamagotchis, or on a console, or on a PC, or wherever that you've ever played a video game on, they all have a character, whether it be someone you play as or you look after. It could be yourself, it could be the story of someone that you're following. They all have really important roles in a video game anyways. And the one thing I love when I'm playing another character is, working with them. Whoops, hitting things on my desk. I'm getting excited, guys. So, some of the best games I've ever possibly played have made me feel so much for that one character and just think, oh my god, I wish I was that person. I wish I had their life. And it could have even been in the crappiest of moments. Like, one of the video game characters I used to love the most was Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. If you guys have ever played Metal Gear Solid, it was a wicked game. And I used to think, oh god, I wish I could be like Snake. And then I played Final Fantasy VIII, and I used to think, oh my god, I wish I could be like Squall, the main character. Little did I know when I was a little kid and I played those games that actually Squall is an emo kid, and I probably would never ever wish to be like him. But at the time, the reason why they appealed so much to me, and this is kind of me getting a little bit personal, is because I was not that very confident as a kid. I was very quiet, and I never used to be. So early on in my life, I was actually really loud, really proud, and I laughed so loud. Typical Islander, really. And then some stuff happened when I was little, and then I kind of stopped. I experienced a really bad case of bullying, and it just completely destroyed my confidence, and I grew very quiet, I withdrew into myself, and a whole bunch of other really bad things just ended up happening in my life around that time. And then I played video games for a little bit, and it wasn't necessarily as an escape, it was just one of those luxury things, like, oh my gosh, we have a video game, let me play it. So it wasn't to get over all of the crappy things that were happening in my life at the time. It was more so just, you know, something to do. As a kid, that's all you really think about, really. And then, as I grew older, I started noticing things about certain characters, and I started noticing certain things about video games that I liked playing. Whether it be about the story or the mechanics, and I became heavily invested in video games myself. But the one thing that always kind of stuck with me, especially in 2011, which is where I became heavily invested in video games, that's kind of the turnaround point for me. 2011 is when I bought my very first console that had online play, which was my PS3, and that was the very first time I actually heavily invested myself into video games. So since then, the one thing that's always just kind of really stuck with me is just the fact that I love putting so much time and effort into these characters, and I don't know why. Like, I didn't know why at the time. It didn't quite make sense to me. Like, it could be an assassin deep within, you know, the corrupt politicians of Italy, or it could be the super cool wicked spy sneaking around in a great big huge weapon facility. It could be, you know, it could be like this little wee bandicoot who goes around collecting a thing called Wampa Fruit. You know, I put so much time and effort into these characters, and what I got one day was that they're a lot better than who I am as a person. This was one day I realized these people are so cool. I wish I could be like all these characters. They're so cool, and I wish I could be like them. And that was the constant thing I kept saying. I wish I could be like them. Why am I here? Why am I stuck in this life? Why do I have to do all these stupid things in every day? It's not getting me anywhere, and I feel like I get somewhere when I play video games. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I felt that way, and if you guys feel that way, feel free to let me know, or let Andy know down in the comments below, or you can join the discussions on Twitter or Facebook. Just send me a message, or post on my wall or whatever, if you guys feel that way too. So, now, the interesting thing was, at that time, I didn't actually know that those characters were essentially me. It was really weird, because I came to that conclusion when I sat in on this really awesome video which talks to you about how video games are healthy and how they can be used to get the most out of life. And I realized that the characters I invested the most time and effort and energy in had traits that I already personally had. Like, I love strong characters in a video game. I absolutely hate weak, whingy, moany characters. And that's because when I was a little kid, I used to be very weak and whingy and moany. And through interacting with these characters, I actually started to take on some of the characteristics. Essentially, I started to become like them. Some of the more prominent characters that spoke out to me became the ones that I actually invested in and created myself. So if you guys have ever played The Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, or if you've ever played Final Fantasy Online, where you can make your own character, like, those are the ones that I invested in. I gave them cool little wee names, and I decided how their characteristics would portray, and that followed through with how the gameplay went. Like, with Final Fantasy, I could choose to be a tank, or I could choose to be a healer, and, you know, a whole bunch of other different things, and I chose to be a healer. Reason being is that, by nature, I'm a very background supportive kind of person. Like, I help build people up. That's who I am as a person. But that's only dependent on how wicked and nice you are to me. If you're a dick to me, then I will completely thrash your ass. But anyways, so when I play as a healer, I love, you know, buffing people up, healing them when they're at their lowest, and I didn't realize that that's actually a part of my own personal characteristics as a human being. Like, if someone is at their lowest of their low, I always like to make time for them if I feel like I can help them. If not, then obviously, kind of like a healer, you kind of prioritize and decide, okay, that person doesn't need me right now. So that's how I like to, you know, that's how I function, and that's what I get out of it. So my question is to you guys, if there is a character you invest a lot of time and effort and energy into, is it possible that they have characteristics that you do too? And are you at your best when you're utilizing them? And the reason why I ask you that is because if that is the case, then how do you translate that into the real world? So my role at the moment in terms of my own work, because I'm an adult, I have to pay bills and all that kind of stuff, is I actually work as an IT trainer. So I actually teach people how to use their computers, essentially. And from a gamer's perspective, I love, you know, helping to build people up. You know, from that healer's perspective, all the attributes that I would bring to a healing class, I could then bring to my real world environment, and I function better because of it. And so, when I came to that realization, I realized that essentially the characters that I play in these video games are me. At the very core and center of everything that they are and that they do, it is me. All of the styles of how they play, when they choose to attack, when they don't choose to attack, that is just completely me. So I function best in those environments. And so my big challenge was to take that into the real world, and you know, it's a work in progress. I wouldn't say I've completely done it. It's always a constant struggle, and I feel like I would be lying to you guys if I said, oh, the happy ending is I've got it all sussed now. That's not true at all. I constantly struggle with where my place is in the world at the moment, and you know, but I find that I function best when I realize the attributes that I really love in video game characters. I can then take those, put them in myself, and bring them out into the real world. So yeah, what do you think you guys have to bring from a video game? It could be, you know, that you're very tactical, you have a sneaky mind, you've always got a great eye for detail, you love customization, you know, all of those kinds of things you can easily utilize inside of a video game, but you can also do so in your own real life. And if you guys think you have some examples for me of how you would use it in your everyday life, again, let me know in the comments down below. Anyways guys, so that was my great big huge giant talk. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will leave you guys with the last few little wee minutes of gameplay. I hope to see you guys later. Enjoy, and see ya. Bye.